Welcome to the Peew.
And we're back after a month-long hiatus.
With our special guest, Skroddleface. He hasn't been here for a while. And Ernie's going to tell us all about his trip to Colombia and his rehab in Colombia. And we're going to talk about books we haven't read and all kinds of things.
Books and people we haven't read.
Well, people we have read. Right?
Well, I went to Colombia for a long weekend, to get away, because I needed to chill out, and I needed to get away from
chillax. That's that.
Yeah, to get away from all the partying.
Kids in the streets.
So basically, I went to the cocaine capital of the world to not do cocaine.
In keeping with the tradition of going against the grain.
Right, it's my contrarian.
Going against the cane.
Call me contrarian.
Contrarian.
Yeah. Call me.
So what was it like? What was
it was really nice. I went to Cartagena, which is a historical port city, and it's a beautiful city, walled city that they have their entire wall that was built by the Spanish against the pirates and the British, like 300 by slaves.
Donald Trump.
And and it was great. Like the wall is intact. The walled city is gorgeous. Everything's painted beautifully. There's flowers. The Colombians are really nice.
Because they kill you if it's not perfect, right? Don't they
No. Well, there's a lot of imperfection there actually. There are lots of broken down buildings and buildings that haven't been restored yet. But in general, it was really beautiful, and it was really hot. So it was great getting away from New York, where it's really cold. But the drug dealers there don't know how to sell drugs.
They want money, right?
Well, yes, problem number one.
When will they learn?
And even if they, I didn't mind the fact that they were asking for money.
But it must be really cheap, right?
Yeah, they weren't asking for a lot of money.
It's like a cup of coffee. Like you get a cup of cocaine, right?
Well, it's a little...
the cocoa leaves, right?
It's a little more than one cup of coffee. It's like...
Is it like Starbucks coffee?
4 cups of coffee.
But is it like, do they walk around chewing the leaves like I...
No. I think that's in Peru and Bolivia.
Yeah.
No, there it's all just like the pure white stuff. Or supposedly, because they are all bragging about how pure and great it is. Meanwhile, the one drug dealer that came up to me on the street randomly and who wouldn't leave me alone, just started walking with me and tried to become my best friend.
There's something about us, I think, that attracts
Right, it's not like I was looking for drugs. I was just walking around taking pictures. And so he comes up to me and it's like, oh, well, you can't leave Colombia without trying our snow. It's the best snow in the world. It's not cut. It's not anything. So, and it's only $40. So I thought, okay, for a gram. So I thought, well, that's
kind of expensive.
It's kind of expensive. I thought it was kind of... Well,
actually, how much it is in New York?
Or wait a minute, maybe he said $20. He might have said 20. I can't remember if he said 40 or 20. So he's one of those figures. If he said 20, then it was a pretty good deal. So whatever he said, I thought, oh, okay, well, I would pay that much for a gram. And so I said to him, all right, well, let me see it. And he's like, oh, well, I don't have it with me. I have to go. You have to come with me to this place, and we have to call.
That old spiel went out with...
So the drug dealer said that he couldn't show me the cocaine right then and there on the street, and he was claiming that the store that we were standing in front of belonged to his family. So I thought, well, let's just go in the store and you can show me on the counter like a real store.
But isn't it okay to show you cocaine in the street there? It's
apparently not. So I had to go to some special dark alley to meet his friends.
That trick went out with 40 seconds.
Right. So it's like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. And after walking around with him for 15 minutes, I finally just had to be rude and tell him to leave me alone.
Well, see, that's the thing. We think you're not from the Midwest. Well, no, I'm from the Midwest. No. So to me, I can't, that's being rude. But it isn't being rude, really. They're being rude, and you have to remember that.
But they're being totally rude.
Yeah.
And then I went to the
But it's like the thing when somebody comes on the street and they say they want money or something, and you even look at them. From then on, you owe them the money. It's like you have to give them the money because you've taken up their time, and now you have to give it to them.
Right. So then a few days later, when I was going to the beach, there were these shady-looking Rastafarians sitting by the beach.
So you moved closer to them.
No, I happened to get out of the taxi right where they were hanging out. So they see me get out, and all of a sudden they're like, perico, perico, which in Colombian Spanish slang means cocaine.
Even I know that.
I'm thinking, well, first of all, I'm not going to buy cocaine when I'm going onto the beach in the freaking blazing sun when it's 90 degrees. It's not going to make me feel cooler.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, why would I want to snort cocaine on the beach where it's really
maybe
freaking
not then,
hot?
But you buy it for later on.
Well, I just didn't feel like it was a good place to buy Coke because
Okay.
it was too hot. I was sweating. I mean,
Oh,
would you
I'm
want
not
to?
comfortable buying cocaine there. I have to buy cocaine in a different kind
Right.
of place.
Well, like a nightclub. So I went to a nightclub, and because I had to go to at least one club when I was there, so I went to this club and thinking that it was going to be a dance club. And the minute I walk into the club, the waitresses asked me, well, where do you want to sit? Like, we have these chairs over here, these tables, these tables. It was all booths and stuff. And I said, well, I don't want to sit. Can I just stand by the bar? And then they look at me, and it's like, you don't want to sit down? You don't want a table? And I said, well, no, I'm just one person. Who am I going to sit with? I'd rather just stand at the bar and talk to people at the bar. So I was like, okay, well, we'll let you stand by the bar if that's what you really want. So I went to the bar and I bought a drink. And nobody basically danced in this club because they took all the tables and put them in the middle of the dance floor so that there was actually nowhere to dance, even though the DJ was on the stage playing dance music.
And what was the reason for this?
I don't know, because I remember, I don't know if you probably don't remember the club Splash, where they used to have a dance floor that up until 10 o'clock at night they would have tables on the dance floor.
I was around for it, but I never went because it was,
Well, I went there a lot, and up until 10 o'clock they had tables and banquettes on the dance floor because it was happy hour, so it's not like people were dancing. But then after 10, the staff would take everything away and it would turn into a dance floor and it would get really crowded. But it never really got crowded at this club. And
so they probably put it there to make the room make it look filled.
But it didn't. It didn't make the... I mean, it made it look full of furniture, but it didn't make it look full of people.
Do you know
and not one single person offered me cocaine there, which is where I would have bought it if they had asked.
Well, do you know, and this is a little bit of a sidetrack, but do you know that I heard anyway that happy hours are illegal now in New York?
They're not illegal.
They're not illegal.
I think what's illegal is the boozy brunch.
Well, that's a community board thing. But this is an SLA thing, State Liquor Authority, that free drinks, open bars are illegal.
I don't think they are.
They are illegal. The only way to get around them is if it's a private party. If somebody pays for the open bar, if they pay for the booze. But I'm giving away booze for free. 2 for 1 is illegal. Ladies' night is illegal, and I believe happy hour is illegal, depending on what you're giving away at the happy hour. You're only allowed to give away a certain amount of ounces of alcohol per person per night. Because they don't want to encourage drunken, loudish behavior.
God forbid. Well, I was just walking in in Hell's Kitchen today, and every restaurant I walked by seemed to either have a happy hour, a boozy brunch, or a 2 for 1. So
it depends on what they're
nobody's following that law.
Yeah, it depends on what they're offering for the happy hour. Maybe happy hour is they play happy music or something. I don't know, but they're not allowed to give away
2 happy songs for the price of one.
They're not allowed to give away. And imagine, we built careers on giving away alcohol. We would be nothing today.
Well, what if they sold it for 10 cents?
Well, no, they're not allowed to sell it at below cost because it's like giving it away. It
only really costs 25 cents.
No, that's also a myth. A drink actually costs more like $1.
Okay, well, why don't they just sell it for $1?
Well,
that's practically giving it away.
Practically, in New York City anyway. And we will be giving our commercials away now.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Welcome back to the Pew with Skroddleface!
After our month-long hiatus, yet another
hiatus.
When will
or,
they
or a
end?
soberatus, as
Right.
with Ernie. It was
I
not a
was
hiatus.
pretty
It was a
sober.
Soberatus. Soberatus.
I went there for the culture, not the cocaine.
And that's what you got.
I got lots of culture.
And no cocaine. And you shall receive it in abundance.
Well, I enjoyed the culture. It was beautiful, lots of great museums, and the food was fun. And Colombians are very happy people, so I was
They're the
satisfied.
happy, happy people. Da, 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 da. The happy, happy people. Well, we have happy people in New York. And,
Where are they?
Well, they're at Outrage, and we were going to talk about some. We weren't. We are going to talk about some of the standouts. The what do they call
The
it?
creme de la creme.
Creme de la creme. Yeah. The top drawer.
The Witch's Brew.
The Witch's Brew. No, that's bad.
That's it.
Yeah, there are people are, it's kind of like the second year of Disco 2000 where people are started to sort of come into their own and people are coming to
I
Outrage.
don't remember the second year of Disco 2000.
Let me refresh your memory. That was the year of like the Christopher Comps and the Pebbleses and the Desi Monsters
Yeah.
and the Sacred Boys.
Yes, now I remember.
So they came
It's all
to
coming back
they
to
came
me.
to the club already with shticks already. They moved to New York.
They had looks.
with pre-made sticks. So we're getting that with we've got your satanic Barbies, we've got your Chris Chaoses, we've got your Pandora's box.
Is it Chris Chaos or Jason Chaos?
Oh yeah, well there is a Chris Chaos, but there's Jason Chaos too.
Oh,
Are
they brothers?
No, they are of different.
One big chaotic
ethnicities.
Family.
Very big chaotic family. And then there's a new girl.
So
named,
chaotic they're not related.
There's a new girl named Debris that I can't.
That's a good name.
It is a good name, and that I can't stop calling trash. And she doesn't seem to get it really. I don't know. But I like all they're all really beautiful. And Natasha. I mean, we've got this.
I saw Natasha last
this
night.
bevy of she at
Clash.
At Clash, yeah. We've got this bevy of beautiful, buxom bimbo broads that aren't so bimbo broads, but at the club. And last week we had a fetish party, and the two parties go so well together, Ernie. On the one side we had like this, like kind of like remember Zone Decay paddles?
Yes.
It was like that, with like the Catherine wheel and boxes with people being electrocuted and spanked and all that.
Good
and
times.
Then we had like Barbie and Natasha and Pandora and all these pretty girls, and they were working the guys, and they were buying bottle after bottle after bottle after bottle, and the bar made a fortune. And now Johan's like, get more of those fetish parties, get more of those fetish parties. This is the new campaign. So these are the.
So it's invites.
Yes, they're invites, not flyers. That's one of my pet peeves. These are my two favorite.
Well, what's the difference?
Well, a flyer is something that you get at the grocery store where there's 25% off of a box of detergent, and they put it on your windshield. It doesn't get you into a nightclub. An invitation gets you into a nightclub, and it should be free, a comp. This is an outrage, Bernie Sanders. And this is just a mean little girl that looks like she's singing. Is there a glare there? I don't know. Now these two I was forced to put on by Natasha. She says that for her generation, I don't know. Ferris Bueller, I guess, is like a god to her generation. I don't know.
God to her generation.
God to her generation. And then I guess that's Grumpy Cat. Somebody actually asked me if we had permission to use Grumpy Cat's image because they were afraid we were going to get a lot. Someone's going to file a lawsuit.
If anybody has Grumpy Cat's phone number, text it to
or
us.
the lawyer,
so we can
Grumpy
ask
Cat's lawyer.
permission.
Skroddleface said we don't need any permission, do we?
Oh, God, we don't need permission. We can do anything we want.
There you go. The final word from Skroddleface.
Yeah,
See
and
you
that's the
next
final
time.
word from us. Bye.